Chillin and killing and feeling it, you know that way, the feeling the feeling. Dun 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 dun. Da 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 da. Chilling and killing and you know how we feeling it, reeling and dealing it. You know that way, doing it.
All right, boys. All right. Riggedy, riggedy, right. Riggedy, right. Riggedy, riggedy, right. Right. Riggedy, 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 riggedy. Right. Right.
Damn, they're gonna do another 7 a.m. to 11 a.m. thing, huh? Jeez Louise. Doing a lot recently. They're doing a lot recently. Dun 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 dun. Sup, drugs, so boys. Woo! Yeah! The whistle's got the woo! You know what I'm saying? You got woo! Flow mass got you about flow mass. Get that woo! Woo! This is decoration, man. That's all it is. Decoration. Then you got the flow master. Got you about the flow master. You know, you got the woo woo. That's only in the morning. He's supposed to be a bird like a alarm clock or something. That woo woo. Bug Rub and Lil Sis, two of my favorite people of all time. I hope that they are doing well in this day and age. Bub Rub and Lil Sis. The whistles got the woo. He is the fucking best, dude. He's the fucking man. Bub Rub. He's the fucking man. Literally, what a legend. He was so simple about everything, too. That's only in the morning. I'd have you Naz and Gold all day. Can't help to wonder why mods don't put most of the content out. You're like 12 hours today and you're only gonna see 3 videos tops. Well, you only need to see 3 video stops because you need to keep the content, the supply and demand ratio there. If he puts out 10 videos a day, you don't watch all 10. If he puts out 3, you watch them. You know what I mean? It's that supply and demand. It also backlogs him for other content that may release in the future. or other things that may come up in the future. So he, if he streams for 12 hours today, he might get. Well, I mean, that's just like anything, though. If you shoot 12 hours of footage in entertainment, you might get like 2 minutes of useful stuff, right? That's why they shoot for like 3 months to do a movie that takes 90 minutes total. Because it's like, well, we need 3 months of shots so we can get 90 minutes of content. It's like 90 days for 90 minutes. Huh. It's about a day a minute. It's fair. You know. So by that standard, he's like crushing. But yeah, the supply and demand is there, making sure it's only top quality stuff that comes out, right? No partials, no like, well, it's like kind of good, or like, I mean, you get it, right? No. Everything puts out its professional version of what it's supposed to be. And it says exactly what it's supposed to say. And if you listen to like the questions that he asks his chat and stuff, they make perfect sense as to what he says and when he says it. So it's all catered to be entertainment. So it's just like the NFL, right? They do 12 hours of games or whatever, and then they show you a couple highlights throughout the week. That's it. Not show you the whole game or 3 hours of it. They show you about a minute and a half to 2 minutes of an NFL game. That's all professionals playing at the highest level, right? So I mean, it makes it's about par for the course. It's just that humans don't have that much time to like spend watching other humans. Like, so you're trying to get it in that like 1 hour or less window per day, right? You want to appeal to the same audience that gaming companies want to appeal to, like Blizzard wants to appeal to their audience, because it's the same audience. People are going to play a Blizzard game, are going to watch a video about a Blizzard game, are going to watch streams about people that play Blizzard games, right, etc. It just kind of goes hand in hand. And how much time do they have to dedicate to that craft? It's like, well, about an hour. It's like, right, the average gamer is someone with about an hour of free time, 3 kids, full-time job, mid-30s, right? So how are you going to appeal to the audience that is the biggest audience, right? You could be a hot chick and you're going to get away with, small segments of mostly shadow subscribed people, because they'll never actually say that they know who you are, because you're a hot chick and they have a wife and 3 kids, right? So they're not gonna be like, oh yeah, watch her all the time. What? Yeah, no, she's a hot one, huh? Oh, wife hates it. So it's not gonna happen, right? So it limits the acceptable things that you see on the screen quite a bit too. So you have to appeal to that same audience, because that's who's using Twitch, right? And like Amaranth is different. She appeals to most of the single population, right? Guys, girls, everything. She's still gonna get a little flack for it, but she's so famous that everyone knows who she is. So it's kind of like one of those things that just like gets brushed under the rug. It's like, oh, everyone knows who that is. It's like Kim Kardashian. It's like, dude, she got famous for doing porn, but no one thinks of her as a porn star, right? They just think of her as like a social media celebrity. But it's like, I mean, she got famous for having a porn video. That's what she is. She's a porn star. Right, that's her claim to fame is porn. It's fair. To each their own. My claim to fame is porn, more power to me. Fucking A. I'm gonna film a video of me having sex and a bunch of people love it so much they get famous and job offers because I had sex with someone. Sick, man. Sounds great. All you have to do is bang someone and have fun during, and then you get more money after? Huh. So you get to do something you want and get paid for it, huh? Huh. Something you would have done anyway. It's like getting paid to go grocery shopping. People are like, oh my god, you got paid to go grocery shopping? You're like, yeah, I'm a millionaire now. I just go grocery shopping. People love it for whatever reason. They pay me when I have videos at the grocery store. Like, of course people hate you for that, but I mean, that's what they are. So, a little bit of content for the proper audience, proper thing. And obviously she was early on, just like Amaranth was early on with the like hot chick streams, the hot tub streams and stuff like that, and just trying to monetize it. And then of course people that weren't doing it didn't want to happen, like Pokimane and stuff like that. They're like, oh, I don't think we should have hot tub streams. It's like, I see both sides of the argument. I see Pokimane just being like, fuck no, dude, I don't want people like be coming to this platform just like jerk off to me because I'm Pokimane or whatever. And I see the other side of it too, where Amaranth is like, why the fuck would you try and step on my business? Like, I'm not affecting you in any way, shape, or form, and we're totally different people, And what are you talking about? Like, who cares what's on the platform? You know, your viewers are your viewers. It's not a big deal. Like, just do you. Don't worry about me. Kind of thing. So I see both sides. But man, oh man, I'll tell you what. For guys, it's very different. Your approach, right? For guys, you have to be super interesting, like overly interesting, or overly good at something, and then have like something that makes you a normal person. Like you have to be an untouchable person and then be touchable, if that makes sense. Like you have to be like Elon Musk playing video games. It's like, oh, this guy's a rocket scientist, does all this stuff, blah 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 blah, and he's a streamer, huh? Okay, yeah, I'd watch that stream. It's like, huh? 8 million people watched his stream. It's most people that probably ever watched this live stream ever at the same time, like ever. So for men, it's significantly harder, slower, more work, but the ceiling is higher. There's a lot more opportunities when you are a guy that is successful, I think, than a girl. Because as a girl, I'm not saying this to be mean or anything, this is just my personal opinion. I think that if a girl is attractive and that's the reason that she is successful is based off of her looks, right? If the primary thing that you do is flaunt looks, then it's a lot harder of a ceiling to cap than someone who is like Pokemon. So not even for a girl, but for someone that's trying to be attractive versus someone that's just got a lot that just connects well with people on the internet, right? Pokemon and Asmongold, they're both people that are superstars what they do. Right? So that's what they do. But, I mean, it's just a fit for a person, right? It's like these people, their stories are all the same. I did this thing because it just felt like it was going really well, and I kind of just turned myself off for the rest of my life, and it went really well. It's like, yeah, did you know it was going to go well beforehand? They're like, I didn't really think about it, but... But yeah. Well, you can't admit it. That's something that's a big no-no. Like Belle Delphine, remember her? She was like super hot and all over the internet forever. Everyone was like all about her. They're like, oh my god, bro, she's so hot. Look, and then she did porn and she actually got naked. But guess what? You don't hear about her anymore. She did like the three biggest things. She got completely naked. She said she had a boyfriend, and she said how much money she made, which are three instant killers. And the reason they're killers is because of the guy, right? If you are supporting a girl because she's hot, most guys do it because they think that they're coming from a place of helping. So if they hear that they're helping someone who made $500,000 last year, suddenly they feel insignificant. And if they feel insignificant, they're not going to be around. And then she has a boyfriend, and she's also making $1 million a year, and she's got porn of her just banging her boyfriend and stuff like that. Well, then the guy's interested for like, a minute and a half, and then he moves on to the next porn site. Just like everybody else does. It's pretty normal. So never show off everything you got. Never acknowledge that the reason that you got there was because of looks. And also, there's a big population out there that will deny that it was looks, and they will stand up for the person and say, no, it wasn't, it was because of this. No, it wasn't because of that. No, it wasn't, it was because of this or that, or their personality, or this and that, and you'll really piss them off if you say your looks got you there, even though everybody knows it's true. It's like, what would you be doing if you were ugly? Like, be a janitor. Probably. But you never say it. That's part of marketing. Just like Blizzard, right? They never say how rich they are. They never announce how much like their top level management makes. They just announce how much like Bobby Kotick makes. And they make him out to be this terrible figurehead, right? But if they said that all managers across Blizzard got a 10% profit sharing bonus based on the year over year improvement, right? Then every manager at Blizzard will all of a sudden be a target, right? So they don't do that. They're smart. Same thing. But yeah, you see the Belle Delphine effect really fast because she was really hot and really all over everywhere, and everyone was really intrigued, and then she was gone. just as fast as she was there. It's because she actually got naked. She mentioned she had a boyfriend. She mentioned she was a millionaire, which is fair. She is all those things. She had all those things. But the reason that sex sells and stuff like that is the mystery of it. It's the will they or won't they factor, right? That's what people are interested in. Will they or won't they do this? Ooh. Will Asmongold play WoW or not? Ooh. He says he might. We better just check it out just in case, you know? Or is Asmongold playing WoW right now? Oh, he's just reviewing a hardcore death? Doesn't matter, bro. What if he plays a little bit? Let's just watch. Yep. Give him just a little bit and let the brain do all the imagining of everything else. That's why my streams are going to be so limited in the future. I may just go to YouTube entirely and just keep streaming for private. Be like, not the moneymaker and, you know, not be regulated to a computer desk forever. YouTube videos would be fine, right? And again, it's the same thing with people that are good, like girls that are really hot that get naked. It's the same thing as a guy who's really talented who stops performing at that high level, right? Call it the professional athlete effect. The year after the pro athlete retires, nobody gives a shit. No, you don't hear about them. You hear nothing. Their name barely comes up, right? They're gone. They're last year's news. Just like a hot chick who got naked. It's last year's news. It's like, nah, we've already seen it all. You got nothing left to show us, you know? It's like, we've seen your trick. Whether it's the Tom Brady throwing passes and getting, you know, Super Bowls, or chicks getting naked, or chicks winning Super Bowls and Tom Brady getting naked. Who cares, right? It doesn't matter. It's not gender specific. But as soon as the tricks are up, the act is over. As soon as the act is over, people want to see something new. So it's also why they call it 15 minutes of fame. The key is not to hang on to the 15 minutes, however long or short it may be, right? Like even Bieber, he's out of the spotlight. Nobody cares about Justin Bieber anymore. He's just like doing his own thing now. He's gone. Even though he's like massive news forever, right? Now he's gone. He's just out of the public eye. You don't hear about him. Done. Right? Now I don't hear about anybody, so I don't really know. But you don't hear like, oh my god, Justin Bieber this, Justin Bieber that, like you used to, right? He was freaking out. So it's gone. It's like we saw his act, and then he got married, and guess what? When he got married, every girl's heart in the world was like, oh, damn it, right? Because they all wanted to be Mrs. Justin Bieber. So now you don't hear anything about Justin Bieber. Old news. He's not marketable. You can't sell them to people like you used to be able to. It's not his fault. It's part of life. But the key is to capitalize during that time when you're in the zone by whatever means necessary. And by whatever means necessary, right, that means for someone like me, for instance, someone who would you know, be so pumped to be like a pro player in a video game, right? And if I just work 10 hours a day, I could probably achieve one of those tippy top levels, etc., etc. It's like, don't do that. And then you have to pay attention and really work at it not doing that. Even though that's what you want to do, it doesn't matter, right? It's like certain content creators talk about the games they want to play versus the games they are playing. And it's like what was Diablo 4, Darth Microtransactions, talking about how badly he just wants to play RuneScape, right? And he's like, but I can't, because no one wants to watch. And then a bunch of people came into his comments, they're like, oh, I'll watch, but, you know, they'll watch for like 5 minutes. They're like, well, it looks like RuneScape, I guess. It's the same if I was like, I just want to stream WoW, guys. That's like the game for me. I just have so much fun. You know, most of the people around me, they'd say, well, just do it, man. Just have fun, then. If that's what you want to do, go for it. But a few of the real ones around me, like, the fuck you talking about? Don't you want to make this a career? And they'll ask you the deeper question, like, well, what are you doing this for? Do you just want to have fun? Because, like, what, are you buying a bunch of streaming equipment because you just want to have fun, which is fine. Was that your goal? Just want to chill? Have a little fun? kind of see where it goes? You want to drive on the road without a map, you know, and just hope for the best, or do you want to like figure it out and have a roadmap and have points you want to hit and goals and, you know, little, you know, things along the way? Because I'll tell you, for me, it's a hell of a lot easier for me to just turn the stream on and say, "What's up, boys?" and have it be like that all day, and smoke weed and drink, and like go, you know, take a shower when I need to, or just get off to go to the hot tub, and just hang out, right? That's fun for me. But if you're a new viewer and you tune in right when I'm going to the hot tub, and like, you know, just got on 2 minutes ago, I'm like, "Oh, actually, boys, I'm gonna hit the tub, peace." Like, "Oh, it's good." Huh, weird. And then guess what? You click out and you never click back. Maybe you see me again in 6 months, and what do you think? "Oh yeah, I remember that guy. He like left in the middle of a hot tub." Weird. Same thing. Let's say that I grew some audience on Final Fantasy, which I did a while back. I don't have any of them anymore. Do you know why? It's because I used to yell at Overwatch, and I used to drink and get fucked up, get weird, right? And so rather than have viewers that stay, I have people that were like, "Well, I don't want to hear someone fucking yelling at Overwatch all the time. This is terrible. This is stupid," right? And even more, most of them didn't want to see Overwatch. Like, most of the viewers would pop in, ask about Final Fantasy, and leave. You know, when I played Final Fantasy, I get tons of viewers, right? 7, 8 viewers at a time, consistently, right? And I was like, "Whoa, I'm really growing an audience here." And then I go back to Overwatch, nothing. COD, nothing. And you know what I realized? The audience interaction when I was playing Final Fantasy was super high most of the time. Because I didn't know what I was doing, and I was cool, and I was tanking, and I was like talking the whole time because, you know, I was just tanking. And because my profile had my Twitch in it, people were easily able to copy paste. Like, there we go. "Hey, look. Yeah, that's him. That's our tank. Cool. Hey, what's up, man? How's it going?" You know, stuff like that. So it's really easy to gain a following just inherently, right? And then I would talk back because I wasn't in group chat with other friends. I wasn't in a party. I wasn't talking to the boys about roofing and clients and stuff. Because let's be honest, when someone tunes in and you're, "Oh, blah, 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 client said this, so we had to go here and there," that's not interesting. You're not tuning in to hear a bunch of dudes talk about their day. Like, maybe. Actually, it sounds like a good idea for a show. But it's not the same, right? What you want to see when you tune in is exactly what you're expecting to see, which is gaming of some sort, which is why you're on Twitch or YouTube, and you want to see someone doing something. So even like this right now, just me talking about it is not good. This is bad, right? I'm not doing anything right now. I'm just sitting here chatting. However, if I had a topic that we were talking about and a specific thing to go over, right? And we're saying, "Hey, for the next, you know, 15 or 18 minutes, we're talking about, you know, if Elon Musk owned Blizzard, what that would be like. So I'd love to hear your guys' opinions," right? And then just talk and talk and talk. And then after that 30-minute segment, then you go to like current gaming news. Then you go the next 30 minutes to playing a new game. And then the last 30 minutes is playing with viewers. Or maybe the mid 30 minutes is playing with viewers. And the last 30 minutes is new game trials or something like that, right? But everything has to be viewer interactive. Everything has to be towards them. Because they're the ones that they're the ones I'm looking at. It's you, you know? It's like, it's not me. I could play games all I want. I played a lot of video games by myself. But if I want to stream, if I want to create an audience, if I want to get something, some sort of job or career going from this, then it's going to require me to take a step back and say, it's not what I want to do. It's what is going to be entertaining or be able to sell, right? And if it sells, which means entertainment, which means time watched, then it's good. And if it doesn't sell, then it needs to change. And that's it. There's only 2 options. So it's very cut and dry. It's very different. But you have to do it like that. So that's the only way to move forward. So like a lot of the time when in the past with my streams, it was just on all the time, or 12 hours a day or 14 hours a day, because, you know, I took the approach that if you did it a lot, if you worked really hard and you put a ton of time in, eventually you'd figure it out. And after all this time, what I figured out is don't do that much work. It's just kind of a waste of time. Like, you need to do way less and cut it way back, just like a workout, right? And then just have it really honed in for those workouts, And just make a routine of it. It's like Monday is FPS day, Tuesday's MMO day, Wednesday is, RPG day, Thursday is this day, and Friday is this day, right? Or something like that. So it's just really like a schedule so that people know exactly what they're going to get when they tune in. And they get it, pretty consistently. They get a consistent experience every time. Just like when you use an app, it's a consistent experience, whatever that app may be. It's not like you load the app and all the buttons are kind of moved over, and sometimes it works and sometimes it dead ends because you would never use the app again. Right? As soon as it fucks up once, you're like, ugh, damn it. Just like me with the computer. I'm like, ugh, what the fuck? Why doesn't it just work, It's like, that's the real question. So if you want to create a professional product that people will enjoy and spend their time or money on, then it needs to work every time, consistently, which means consistent start times, consistent stop times, consistent language. So if there's no swearing, there's no swearing. If there's swearing, there's swearing. That's it, right? If there's heavy swearing, there's heavy swearing. That's it. But they have to know consistently what they're going to get. You can never say, oh, sometimes I swear, and then you're like, oh, fucking, fuck, right? You can't say that. You can just be no swearing, or, yeah, we have free speech in here, that's it. Kind of a thing, right? That's it. The only two ways to go. So that's really where it is. But it's all about that consistency, and then it's a consistent intro, a consistent outro, a consistent, this, that, and the other thing that everyone can be like, oh yeah, this reminds me of this person. They call it anchoring technique. Mentally, you anchor something to a sound or a habit. Right? Pavlov did it, right, with his dogs. Pavlov knows to the bell would ring, and they would like salivate at the mouth because they were hungry all of a sudden, right, etc. Same thing with human brains. So you have to create a routine, just like Mr. Beast, right? Mr. Beast is a great example of it because he just does it by the book as well. He looks at what successful people did, copies it, and then produces it. So the lighting, the distance from the camera, what you're saying, what people are hearing, if you're dropping a lot of F-bombs, if it's a lot of facial expressions, where are you looking, how much time are you talking to the audience versus not talking, versus how much time are you talking about the game versus talking about the audience, things like that. And you have to find that mixture, and it's really hard, but you just keep trying and keep trying and keep trying and keep trying, and keep trying to program stuff in, whatever that stuff may be, right? And it could be that, we plan on talking about a different Overwatch hero every day for the next 37 days. And then after that, we talk about an Apex hero every day for 30 whatever days, because they have that many, right? And there's 60 days of content. It's fairly easy. And it's just a half-hour conversation about a hero, right? Because it's broken up into 4 half-an-hour segments. Really easy. Really easy. I think it's very doable. So that's kind of where my head's at with that. But everything is going to change. November 15th will launch. We'll have a great time with it. We'll have games to play. We will have an occasional person that pops into chat or two that just like talks about something. And, we'll have a main game that we kind of revolve around, even though it won't be the only game, because you do want a main game that people kind of know you for, but you don't want one game only, right? So there has to be variety time. Has to be. And I think putting variety time at the end is a bad idea because people will leave, which means you'll only increase the amount that you get known for that game. Versus if you do variety time maybe before that game, then you get other people that are watching. And then you do that one thing, and you try and, branch out as much as possible. As many collabs with as many people as much of the time, so that way you can, because your 10 viewers and their 10 viewers will find out about each other, right? But when you're at like 50,000 viewers, then it's the same viewers that are going to know everyone. Like Asmongold's viewers and fucking McConnell's viewers are all the same, right? More or less. Like, they might have a couple different ones. Like, McConnell might have a few that don't watch Yasmin, and Yasmin probably has a lot that don't watch McConnell, just based on the numbers. But percentage-wise, it's probably the same. Pretty low. So, yeah. So you run into that space. But initially, when you're smaller, like if you're not McConnell or Asman, and you're not Zaryu or one of the big ones like Mitch, and you're one of the smaller ones, then yeah, it's great, because then you can say, hey, I recognize this guy. Oh, hey, they know each other. Nice. And then the more places that you pop up on the more people's feeds, the more time, then the more exposure you get. You also have to pick a consistent personality to stick with. When I say pick one, It's because everyone has different phases, right? You treat your grandma different than you treat your best friend. It's just that's how it works. That's how life works for most people. Some people treat everyone exactly the same and they live like a really pure lifestyle and they just take life as it is. And I think that's really cool, but I think most people are not like that. So you have to pick a personality that you want to show. And so if you're talking to your grandma, then you're always talking to your grandma, right? Or if you're talking to your best friend, then you're always talking to your best friend. Like Asmund obviously is just talking like he would normally talk in real life, I assume. Or he would just, that's how he would be if you were at his house, right? If you were in his house, that's how he would talk, I assume. I don't know. I've never met the guy, but I'm assuming that he speaks fairly like that. So that's what I'm guessing that he's like in real life. I'm guessing his personality isn't too different. That's the other thing. You have to. It has to be similar to your personality. Cause like I couldn't be some like, I don't know, super aggressive person all the time. Yeah, you have to be sincere about who you are, because that shows, right? So play to your strengths personally, stuff like that. But that's what it is. So that's why I'm changing everything with the stream, and it can't be associated with anything negative or bad or anything like that. So, yeah. Well, everyone's really polite when they're around strangers, right? That's generally speaking, people are polite to strangers, unless they're just bad people, then or just having a really bad day. But generally speaking, people are polite to people that they don't know because they just don't want to have bad interaction, which is great. You know, that's a good thing. That humans are great because of that. Treating strangers with common courtesy is really nice. But yeah, I think that a lot of the stuff for me is going to change in the next few weeks, and then we're going to give it the full go for streaming, for chatting. We're going to have to do YouTube edits and clips and stuff like that, because that's where most of everyone watches everything. So if we just get 5-minute videos going every day, just 5 minutes of content to post everywhere, that would be more than enough. So 2 hours into 5 minutes, or even 3 minutes, but just consistently post. Like Darth Microtransaction, you don't need 3 20-minute videos of him every day, right? That's too much because you don't know. But a few shorts here and a few shorts there, and then a video every now and then from him, so they're a little bit slower, but they're really like consistent. That's really good, because then you get a sense of who he is. But at the point where you get hit with like Asmongold and he's watching your stuff and promoting you, is when you get a big like step up, you need to take it. So he should probably at this point be putting out videos. I would, if it were me, I would try and put out a lot more videos, and I would do it because your hype is high, right? You came in at a hot point, and people know who you are, and you're getting a lot of views very, very, very fast, and they're coming from somebody else in the space. So that means if they're not watching that person's videos, they're watching your videos, and because that person recommended you, all that audience is there. Yeah, so you need to like get on the momentum while it's happening, even if you're not ready. You just try, right? Because if you even make it just a little bit, it could go a long way. It's the second that it happens, it could go a long way. So, yeah. And it takes a while. And he's got a lot of videos out there. I've seen them. A ton of them. All the way from Raid Shadow Legends, and stuff like that. So, I haven't watched a lot of his stuff, because I don't play Raid Shadow Legends. But he put out a lot of videos, and now it's paying off. So consistency, right? And I'm guessing his personality has been consistent the whole time. So that means during that session, I'll have to put out a completely consistent personality, no matter what the experience. So that means if we're doing WoW Hardcore and I die, it's like, no way. Instead of like, oh, fuck this game, I'm gonna smoke, bro. I'll be back in 20 minutes, or whatever. Like, nah. There's no ordering food during that time. No eating food while watching Asmund deaths and stuff like that. It just means a clean 2 hours of entertainment per day. Half an hour gameplay with people that are in the stream. Half an hour gameplay alone. Half an hour gameplay, or half an hour talking about current gaming news, and then half an hour of something else. Wild card. Viewer decide. Viewer videos. I don't know. But something like that. And that'll be how it goes. And it's going to be short, and it's going to be sweet, and it's going to be extremely interactive, and it's going to go really fast, and I have to decline a lot of invites during that time, during those 2 hours, and I'm fine with that. That's why I've been telling a lot of people, like, hey, when that date drops, it's going to be, 2 hours of uninterrupted, and, no friends unless they're, like, directly involved with the process, etc. Or if they're, like, a named party, like me and Congdon are going to go do the new raid in Destiny 2, right? But then it's mostly me talking to the chat, and then popping back over to him, because as you know with streaming, when people are streaming and they're talking to the people in their game, people don't stay as long and they interact a lot less, versus if they're just talking to their stream, people are much more interactive, which is normal, because if someone's ignoring you, then you don't talk as much to them. But if they're talking to you, it's a conversation. So that's pretty normal. That's human beings. But yeah, so it's going to be a lot more of that. And then it's going to be basically like it is right now. And then, except it'll be more gaming news or things like that. And it'll be all curated. And, I'll be showered and ready and consistent looking as well. Because that's something that's very important. It's that when people click on videos of you, that you don't suddenly change. And to use Mr. Beast, Chris looks very different than he did previously in his videos, right? He just does. It's very different. And so it's to the point where it's like, oh, whoa, that person looks different, which detracts from the content itself. So, gotta look consistent. For me, it'd be like going from beard to no beard, and then back to like a beard. Or like long hair to shaved head, letting it grow out, then shaving it again randomly. It's like, huh. Like you just kind of gotta pick it and then go for it. Pick and go, pick and go, pick and go. Don't look back. Don't worry about it. Just go for it. So, and go as hard as you can to realize that it happens to some people, but not everybody. And if it happens for you, it happens for you. If it doesn't, it doesn't. No big deal. So that's what we're gonna do. If we can get it in those 2 hours and that 2 hour time content window, then that is what we will do forever. Because that's the goal, right? Is finding the pattern that works, that maximizes what the goal is. And the goal is to get views, to get money, to get paid. Do this so I can continue to do this, so I can continue to enjoy my lifestyle and speak about gaming and be able to play and interact with people and introduce them to new games, have them introduce me to new games, and just live a better life with the kinds of people that I would like to be around. However, we are all playing games, so we don't really go around each other. Yet, we've all been around each other forever. Yeah. It's just easy. Just easy. 2 hours makes it easy to edit. Yep. 2 hours is about the right amount of time for content that you want to put out, because if you go higher than that, people will tune in later. If you go lower than that, people will miss it, right? But if you do that consistently, then they will check it out. And if you do one game a week, so let's say I play Lost Ark Mondays, Counter-Strike Tuesdays, stuff like that, then it's you can actually see which audience on which day is the most impactful, and you can switch the days to see if you get a bigger audience on Counter-Strike Thursdays than you did Counter-Strike Tuesdays. Right, and then you can start to see if a game is being more impactful or a day of the week is being more impactful for you. Then you can play to the strengths. Yep. YouTube and TikTok. Yep, YouTube, TikTok, Twitter, all of it. That's a social media manager's job, but that's just fine. I plan on doing that and getting that going. I don't want to be in charge of it because I don't want to be on it. But having somebody else be able to post everything, stuff like that, is a good idea. I wouldn't mind posting my own stuff, but it'd be a whole lot easier to not post my own stuff. Just have somebody else schedule it and shit like that. Someone who's familiar with the process, familiar with how everything works. So, we'll see. We'll talk to some social media quote unquote experts. We'll see if they have portfolios that they can share that are pretty consistently good. And if so, and like editors for YouTube and stuff like that, right, and see what the rates are. And if so, like Asmongold's editor for 2-hour video is, you know, $100, then that's a lot. But if it's like $20, then that's doable. So they can hire him and you pay him basically $100 a week because it's 2 hours a week or 2 hours a day, 5 days a week. It's just clips. Get all the clips in, get all the clips out to all the media platforms, and then keep spreading awareness. That's it. Just constantly spreading awareness. And that's it. So, we'll see what we can do and what we can get with it. And if it fails, then we just move on to the next thing. Keep trying until it works. You know? That's all you gotta do. Eventually, you'll find what works for you. And then boom, you can push to the moon. Very different though. We won't have these downtimes or chill times or like, whoa, there's a crazy bum outside. Unless there's like something crazy happening, and then we'll pick it up and make it content. But that's pretty much the run that we're gonna go for in this off season. We're gonna work really hard on it too. Hopefully it works. Yeah, with any luck, it'll work. I know enough about gaming and games and combat situations, and I have good enough aim to where it's not distractingly bad, right? To where it's good enough to where it's not distracting, like I said. Because if you don't have good enough skills, then it's just distractingly bad, and you become this like hopeless like pity party, and you don't want to do that because the pity party only lasts so long. And then you start getting good, and people are like, all right, yeah, now you're goodish, we're out. You're like, fuck, you know. So you don't want to lose that. But getting known for personality, getting older, like Tim the Tap Man, right? He's not the best player in the world, but that works to his favor, because then if he's not the best in the world, everyone is fine with that. They don't really care. Versus like, you know, if one of the really good players isn't the best, then it's like, oh, well, there's someone better to watch. Right? And it's like, ooh, gone. Extremely competitive spots. So, yeah, we'll see. We'll see. We will see. Hopefully it works. A little luck, a little skill. A lot of commitment and dedication every day. Every day. From like November 15th till at least March. Stream every day. But just 2 hours. 2. Very limited. A lot of people wanted to see me play Elden Ring, right? But I was like, nah, I won't play that. For this, it'll be like, oh yeah, let's play that kind of a thing. So we're gonna test different methods, right? Sometimes we'll need more game time. Sometimes we'll need less game time. Sometimes we'll need more talk time. Sometimes we'll have less talk time. And it's all about whatever feeds the audience. Whatever feeds the machine to keep the money coming in. That is the machine. There's no other machine. There is no other machine. Nothing else matters. Just that. That fatty fucking blade. Jesus, look at that fatty blade, though. DLC drops next year. For what? Oh, yeah, no, I mean, we'll see. At that point, it's just a business, right? So I don't really choose what to play. It's whatever sells plays. There is a certain level of you just have to do what's working, kind of a thing, right?
What can I do for you? Light bless you.
What can you do for me? I'll tell you what you could do for me. You could stuff it.
Buddy. Damn it, I'm gonna have to do Menethil, huh? It's gonna be Menethil or fucking Aberdeen.
Need help?
Menethil it is.
For the Alliance.
Yep. Yep. Just like your boy's gonna do. Most of that, though, comes from, you know, privately playing. Yep. Yep. So if you do what is popular, you will get some of that popularity. Basically, like, I mean, they said this in Wreck-It Ralph. If you want to be social media famous, just do what everyone else is doing. Yeah. All clips, though. Everyone just follows you from clips. The clips are the only thing that matters, because like your stream audience is not nearly as big. Like Asmongold's stream audience is what, like 40K on a good day, 100K on a great day. How many people watch his videos? A million. You know, like 400K, 500K, 700K, a million. It's like your stream audience is way smaller than the video audience, and the video audience is what makes more money. So just gotta keep doing that. Yep. That's exactly right. Yeah, and your own social media isn't gonna get recognized. It's like, it's just to you're gonna get reacted to most likely by someone more famous, and that's how you get promoted. But we'll see if it works. But really, it's like you play for 12 hours, you stream for 2 of those hours, right? And you're getting 5 minutes of a clip out of that 12-hour day, right? The 2 hours is supposed to be like your best 2 hours, or your like most advantageous 2 hours, most interesting stuff, right? So guys, guess what? I was playing earlier today, blah blah blah. I was in the Searing Gorge and I was taking on this one guy, and this rogue kept camping me, right? Because you need stories like that for when you play. Because people need to know. They don't just want to see like, oh, this rogue's camping me. Oh wow, what a jerk. They want to hear the stories about it. What did you do about this? What did you do about that? Yeah, I was over here doing this quest earlier and it was crazy. These murlocs took fucking forever. It took me like 2 hours to do them. Have you guys experienced that? We were like, yeah, fuck these murlocs. They suck. Fuck, I hate murlocs. No, murlocs are the best. Murloc uprising. Woo! You know, stuff like that. But you need stuff like that to have people chime in on, right? You have to have good and bad. You can't just accept things being, okay. Murloc quest took long. Yeah, took about an hour. Typically quests take a little bit shorter time than that. It is what it is. Nobody cares about that. Like, that person's just like, oh, okay. Well, see you later. Like, got nothing to say, you know, but you have to be able to discuss the events that go on in a way that people want to discuss. Amber still Ranch. I remember doing all this before I fucking died. Play the Modern Warfare 3 beta today a little bit, and I don't know if I said this, but it's the same reaction that I've said all like year. I genuinely don't see any difference between it and Modern Warfare or Modern Warfare 2, the recent ones. It's exactly the same. Exactly. You start out with the same classes and the same places and the same maps and the same environments with the same enemies with the same abilities, the same controls. But the guns have slightly different names, right? Of course. And then they have a mechanic where now you can turn your weapon to the side to not use your scope to fire it. That's their big hoopla this year. Yeah, it's just a seasonal game. Yeah, it just feels like it's like it should be a free game. It should be a free game, and it should be a battle pass, and it should be like, yeah, it's just a silly game. So I already got rid of it. It's just taking up 160 gigabytes on the PC, and it breaks the PC every time I try and run it. And on top of that, right, not only does it break everything, but like, wait, what is this? Oh man. To go to the other side, huh? Oh man. The charred horn, probably in the charred veil. Galvanized horn, charred horn. Where's the other part of this? Ah, over here. So I do have to take the fucking boat. Alright, well, whatever. Wait. Doesn't that boat go to here? That'd be closer than here. Yeah. Yeah, Blizzard is over monetized, but once Bobby leaves, they'll probably pull some of that because it's so egregious. Ooh. Yeah. Must be coming soon. Oh, I like this mic so much better. I bet you do too. Shit is so good, dude. Let's make sure it picks up everything that I'm saying. Check, checkity, check. Yeah, it's picking up everything, huh? It's just fine. It's such an upgrade of a mic. Doesn't sound like shit anymore. Or is it picking up? No, it's good, huh? No more cracking. Yeah, it's gonna be a much cleaner experience. I can be at any volume and it records the same volume. I don't have to get all close like this. And if I'm back like this, it's the same. It's just better. It's got anti-distortion and stuff like that. Yeah, exactly. It's just better. So, it's an upgrade. It's the Elgato one. The Wave 3. And it's like 120. But guess what? It immediately eliminated all the voice cracking without any software or anything extra or anything like that. It just got rid of it. So, it's better. Yep. Away from me, close to me, it just doesn't matter. Because of nothing away from you. You mean like nothing in the background or anything like that? Yeah. The crackling will make a static noise, yeah. Yeah, no, it's just perfect. Like, it's just a good mic. It's a much higher caliber. I mean, I looked at all the reviews, right? And this one had 8,000, 4.7 star. It was like, I mean, what else can you do, you know? 8,000 people liked it to a 4.7 star. That's pretty telling. And I looked at the reviews, it's like, damn, it's just really good. It's really good. You know? And then I looked at other reviews, like the reviews of the Razer one, which was the same price, the Razer Siren, I think. And it was like, great budget mic was the top review. It's like, ooh, great budget mic? I don't want that. And there was some other stuff like that. And the worst reviews are like, this thing sucks, blah, blah, blah. And this one, it didn't have anything like that. It was like, it's really good. It's just really good. Like, we really like this. It's really good. And he came with an adapter to be on the end by itself. The end of the swing arm. So that way I didn't have to have it just sitting on the desk or anything like that, so I can move it as needed. But it's just such a better mic because, yeah, it would fuck up. But these are the little issues that needed to be taken care of before I could be a streamer, right? Before I wanted to take it as seriously as a career. It's like you got to clean up the content. You have to clean up the little things like the mic. You have to have, you know, OBS ready to go. So you have like the starting soon, ending soon. BRB thing if you're going to the bathroom, stuff like that. And you know, you just got to be ready for like a couple hours of sitting down and performing, basically. But right now we're just chilling, having fun, smoking, relaxing. Fuck, dude, you gotta be kidding me. Well, not gonna get that one. Got nothing here, right? Just a dungeon. Level 20, level 20s. Level 20s. Yeah, ain't nothing here. Nothing until down here. Let's go run it. A long wash. Yeah, it's just nicer. Everyone's gonna have a better experience on every end because I think it cracked for everybody equally. And now it will not crack, it'll just perform. I'm pretty sure. Playing Duskwood like a hungry kid. Good for you. What level did you get to, huh? 30. Damn. That's a big ass level. 30's a good level. Look at this fucking place, huh? Oh, the veil. There's the path. It's early afternoon and it was just impossible. Seeing Kalendor as alliance is a struggle. Yeah, that's true. As a priest, you're just like such an easy target too. Like, what are you gonna do? You know, priests don't have a lot of offensive abilities to do unless you're spect shadow and in shadow form. Otherwise, you just not a lot of defense, not a lot of offense. You know, once your shield goes, you kind of go. Paladins got bubble, so, and then they can stun you, but yeah, probably helping someone's girlfriend. Just like, hey, fuck these people, give them away, don't let her die. Whether or not it was a girl doesn't matter. Someone's girlfriend though. But yeah, very different stream coming up. Very different. A lot more curated content. I call it curated because it's going to be extremely designated and specific, right? It's not going to be random. We're going to have to change the camera angle, the lighting, right? It has to be different. We got to get a light in front of me so it can be, so you can see my face. Things like that have to happen. He knows exactly what I'm doing. He's like, yep, he's going to Ashenvale. There we go. Yeah, I'm getting hungry, bro. I have to order some dinner soon. Oh. Grizzle Thistle Nestle. Narco. Let's render it at 200%, see what happens. Fucking Horde's so funny, dude. Really blurry, huh? I'm watching it on my PC right now. It's really blurry, isn't it? Welcome to Ashtonville, boys. Let's try restarting this. And we're gonna restart it on a different filtering mode. Give me one.